I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Who?
Ooh.
I'm Brian. I play drums in the band. Uh, I've been working on music and then overall chilling and just slowly, just I don't know, disintegrating since we got back home from tour. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Taz, you want to go for it?
I'm Taz. It's pretty much the same stuff. Just been maximum chilling since I've been home. Motorcycle. I've been trying to learn how to ride that and not kill myself. I almost did times, but it's been a good ass time doing that. But a lot of nature stuff out in Kentucky, a lot of outdoor activities. So yeah.
Cool. Hi, Jason. I play guitar. Um, Same thing. Writing a lot of music, writing a lot of new Belmont stuff. We have an EP coming out, so we're now like in writing mode for the next record. So yeah, just doing a lot of writing, trying to take care of myself, not trying to go crazy in between tours because there's like not a ton to do.
Mhm.
So just trying to keep my head on straight and keep writing.
Yeah, so you guys have a new EP coming out. Can you share anything about that?
Yes, we
Think
can.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I mean, like half of it is technically out already.
Hmm.
It's a short guy. It's 4 songs. We're actually getting together to do the music video for it in like a couple days here on the 25th. We're all meeting in Indianapolis and we're gonna shoot a video, and then we got to get that video done like super quick because in our fashion everything, it's just like kind of our, I don't know, it's our double-edged sword. Everything is just kind of pretty last minute with us. That's just how we've been functioning for a while now, so I guess we're just used to
It's just forever, man. Every single tour, we're
it.
like, we're gonna do it weeks in advance. We're gonna do it like a month in advance, and then it's like a week before, and we're like, fuck, so much
Yeah,
to do.
there's just so much fucking work all at one time. But yeah, we're gonna get together for that video. We're gonna shoot it, and then we're gonna release the rest of the EP with the next single and video on September 4th, I believe, is when everything drops. So we have 2 songs, In the Sky and Live a Lie, that we have released already from there, and then the next track is, I guess, I don't know if I guess I can say it. Yeah, just Carry On. And then the fourth track is actually just it's like a remix of our song Liminal from like the last record. It's kind of like an acoustic reimagined remix. So I think people will enjoy that too.
So when you're putting together the EP and choosing the songs, what does that process look like?
What did that process look like?
I
I
feel like
think we just had,
we just had what we had.
yeah, we just had a bunch of stuff, and then usually it was we'll give it to Taz and be like, what's inspiring you to sing over it?
We pretty much
Um,
of it within like a week. We flew out during the week of the LA fires, the day they started actually, to go meet Jason. And then we were pretty much locked in the studio with him for like 10 days, just like writing, recording, and then he mixed everything after that too. And it was a pretty like straightforward but like very quick probably the quickest, one of the quickest processes we've like ever done, honestly.
Yeah, we
yeah.
had. I think we had like, so we had like just demos between us, and we kind of chose them. But like some of the song, we like kind of chose songs that were like mostly like there, or like not completely
Hmm.
done, but like mostly like put together instrumentally. So that made it a little faster and easier rather than doing like, I mean, something like completely from scratch when we like got all together. But yeah, I guess we just chose the songs. We were like, these are the songs. We're gonna do an acoustic remix or acoustic track. That was like something we had planned beforehand too, and we were just like, all right, let's just make it happen. And then like, bada bing, bada boom. But it was like definitely the fastest time that we've had, like turnaround when like actually recording and like putting like something together. I think that was definitely the fastest one we've had for sure.
Hmm.
Mm.
Why do you think it was the fastest?
I think it had to be.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
I
we
think it
were,
just had to be.
yeah. I think we were going on tour in March, and we were like, we really want to put out some new music. Like, we want to do it before the tour. So we were like, we got a month to do it. Let's just make it happen. Like, fuck it. Let's get the boys all in one place. Let's like do what we can. I think yeah, we were thinking about, we had like 4 or 5 songs that we were kind of like dwindling down, and then ended up on 3 that we really liked. Um, and we were like, kind of seems doable. Just like track a full song 3 times and do it. I don't know. How long do we do it in? Did we do it in like a week and a half?
I want to say like, yeah, go ahead.
I was just I think it was like 10 days, something like that.
Yeah, 10 days. Yeah. We like, because we got together, we got there. Then the next day we started working on like putting together what we actually want to use from the demos and like kind of, working on the demos from there and like finishing them out. And just kind of, full blast, I think for like 3 or 4 days, trying to just get like the actual songs done before recording. And then I think, do we track drums first? I can't
I think we
remember.
did
I don't
drums
know.
last.
We did drums last.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We
Or
did
no, it
those
was
in
like in the
two
middle, I
days.
think. But we took like 3 days to record them, or two,
I think so. Yeah, 2 days. Yeah.
2 days. Yeah.
One
Then
day was
we
like a practice day where you could just get in and shed. And then
right, right.
2 days you did 4 songs or 3 songs. Yeah, fast. Really
It was
quick.
fast. And then just guitar and vocals after that. But that was all like, we were like we had like some real serious deadlines because we didn't have that much time out there. So we were really, really working at it every day. Like pretty much there's kind of no breaks the entire time other than like,
Yeah.
occasionally like sitting on your phone and like, vegetating out or whatever. But yeah, the whole
Dude,
time you're just busting
there
ass
was
literally the entire time. Yeah.
also a literal fire under our ass because as they were flying in, the LA fires had just started. So like we're in the studio, we're getting like Amber Alerts, or not Amber Alerts, whatever the alerts are that like go on your phone to everybody. And it's like the area you're in is currently on fire. Like, please evacuate. We're like, it'll be fine. It's
Taz and I had a hotel. Like, so Taz and I flew in to meet Jason. We both flew in through like the smoke, basically, like in the air. Like you could like smell it in the plane. And we get down, Jason picks us up, and it's like literally like pandemonium, like out there. Like it looks like the movie Cloverfield, just like everyone's like out in the streets freaking out. They have like their bags packed. People are like outside of hotel rooms, like hundreds of them. Like it was pretty wild. It was a little freaky for sure.
Yeah.
And then Taz and I were supposed to be staying at this hotel, and we get there, and like all the electricity is down. We have to like manually open like the automatic sliding door, and there's just
Hmm.
some guy sitting there in the dark, just like the front desk guy is literally in there in the dark, and he's like, "How can I help you?" It was like actually ridiculous, and like he was like, "Yeah, I guess you could still stay here, but there's no power, so we have, nothing for you. The whole building's down."
Hmm.
So, and we were like, "All right, well, I guess we're gonna cancel this. We're not gonna stay here." And then had to like scavenge for an Airbnb for him and I to stay in, but it was like all wishy washy because it's like people are evacuating and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
mm,
And but yeah, the my favorite part about that hotel experience though is that like this guy's just sitting in the dark, and when we're like leaving, we just like close the doors on him like while he's just sitting in there. Just like left him in the dark. I don't know what he did that night. I guess he just
Hmm.
sat there the whole time.
And yet you still decided to stay and not evacuate?
Well, we ended up going to Jason's that first night and crashing there because Taz was like figuring out an Airbnb, and like I don't know what happened. Like you were talking to the lady and she like just stopped responding or
It
something.
was just because like we booked it so late that night that like,
Yeah.
and like with the fire, I mean, she was probably like taking care of her own stuff.
Hmm.
And she just like ended up not responding to the next day, so we got it the next day. But then it was like a whole thing too, where like like not trying to throw shade, but she was like definitely getting evicted too, and like
Oh.
be having an Airbnb in there. So then the whole time I was like, damn, are we just gonna get like I was like waiting for the cops to like come knock on the door and shit. I was just like,
Hmm.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but yeah, it was just like it was like a whole thing. But
Yeah,
got out
we were
there,
receiving
call
her
table,
eviction
yeah,
letters.
we're out here already. So we just ended up rocking through it.
Wow, that sounds like quite the experience.
It
It
was,
really was. It was
it was
It's
for sure.
stressful.
definitely the most interesting of all of our recording experiences was that one. Just like the entire city's on fire.
And we've had some interesting recording experiences. And that one, I think that one takes the cake. Just whole city being on fire is
Yeah,
kind of insane.
I don't think anything could ever top that.
I hope so. I'm gonna be knocking on wood, but I hope that's the
Yeah.
worst we got.
Yeah, I would like it to be more chill than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. Like pretty much like all day, every day, no matter where we're at, there's just like the emergency alert. And it sounds like a nuke alarm going off, and it's
Mhm.
just like fire in your area, evacuate now. And we would just like stare at our phones and be like, "Ah, we're fine," and then it would be fine.
You got lucky though.
We did for
Yeah,
sure.
it's true.
The general area we were in was like they had some fires start, but they like put them out. Like the serious fires were like a little bit of ways away from us, I
Hmm.
believe.
Mhm. Yeah, we were mostly safe.
That's good.
Mostly.
So, with writing that one with such a tight deadline, do you think that you write better when you have tight deadlines like that?
I think it's a double-edged sword.
Hmm.
I think it really like puts like the fire in our ass to like just like lock in and get it done, which honestly has worked pretty well for us for the most part. But like, other times you'd rather, have like your time and like
Hmm.
be able to like, because it's not the first time we've had to like get stuff done like in like a super serious time constraint. But yeah, I mean, like we work well under the pressure, so that definitely does work. But like, I definitely prefer like when we have like a month and a half out at a
Hmm.
studio, we get to like chill and like really dissect the songs and like really think about like that's usually when we do a record. So I do prefer that.
Yeah, from the first record I did with you guys, it was like what 8 years ago at this point.
Hmm.
Um, it was funny. I knew Brian from college, and then I was interning at a studio, and it was like time to I was just like cleaning toilets, and my boss at the time was just like, "You want to bring a band in?" And I was like, "I've got this friend Brian, like he's got a cool band." Um, so then brought the guys in, and I think there was like some miscommunication where like he just told the guys that like we're gonna go like do some demos for the next record. And in my head, I'm like, I think I told Brian, I don't know if you relayed this, but I was like, we got to do a record, dude. We got to do an album. We got to do 10 songs, 11 songs. And then in my head, I was like, every day we were waking up and making a song. And then we ended up in 2 weeks with that deadline coming out with like 10 songs, like really quick, happened really fast. But as long as we've been doing it, it's kind of been quick deadlines.
Yeah.
Kind of, I like it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Like you really like sit down and like lock in and like get it done, like there's kind of like a nice effect to that where it's like you're not, because it's very easy to overthink songs and like
Hmm.
be like lost in like, "Ah, I don't know about this or that," like and that kind of mindset, you're like, this is what's good, this is what we're gonna do, that's what it's gonna be, kind of.
Mhm.
um but yeah, I mean, like when we go into like our last two records we did with Andrew Wade, like we had definitely like time to like really put the whole thing together. I mean, like they're also albums, they were both 12 songs, I believe, but we had like a month and a half. We like lived how we had an Airbnb near the studio. It was like pretty much every day, Sundays off, but
Hmm.
we're just like working the entire time. And like we actually have time to like, kind of breathe on it a little bit.
So, with playing so many, you've played so many shows. Are there particular ones that stand out as memorable or anything like that?
Mhm. I've got a few.
I've got a few too. It's sometimes hard. Sometimes they like mesh together because
Hmm.
it's like out over time, like I don't know, they just mesh for me.
Sometimes
But
funny shit happens. Um, Trying to think, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to us on stage? It was the drummer for Traders put a
oh yeah, using my
was that
snare.
your snare? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Well,
he had
his
this like Kevlar head, which is like supposed to be like fucking bulletproof, and he just put like a massive hole in it.
Oh.
Just the hardest hitting drummer I've ever seen. It's
yeah,
fucking
because he
crazy.
also was super hard hitting and he used marching sticks. So like, his snare was like a Kevlar head. So it's like pretty much what marching band snare players are like playing on. So he busted his and he was in the middle of his show and they were playing right before us and we were like, oh shit, we gotta, so I like gave him my snare and
Hmm.
then he like popped that thing in like 5 hits and then we were just kind of scrambling to like get another snare like right before playing, but it all worked out. I'm pretty sure I just used like another one of the guys snares, like there's 4 bands, 4 different snares
Hmm.
at the disposal, like everyone understands when like you're in a pinch like that, you help out your fellow bands. But I thought that was pretty funny. Uh, Honestly, one of the crazier ones for me is Taz's ordeal, but I don't know if he wants to share that. I don't know if I'm putting him on the
I
spot.
Yeah,
didn't know if I wanted to say
yeah,
it, man.
that's a private it's a private ordeal, but that was yeah, that was a deal. I think one of the craziest ones though, like I definitely like just never forget the feeling either. I mean, besides that one was when we did a co-headliner in Vegas and we played at a VFW hall and it was the middle of summer and outside during the day I think it was like 120 degrees
Oof.
and so it was even worse inside, obviously, because it was a sold out show with like, I don't know, like two, maybe 300 kids like packed in this tiny ass like room, no
Hmm.
AC, only ceiling fans going. So it's even hotter in there. And kids are like losing their shit still, like moshing, crowd surfing, whatever. And I remember coming out after the set and it was still like 109 degrees out. But I was like fucking freezing cold from like, I felt like I was like standing in AC just from how hot that shit was inside. But like,
Hmm.
Yeah,
no one
dude.
even gave a fuck. Everyone was just going like absolute bonkers. It was I definitely was never forget like just seeing like the swarm of people, just the amount of sweat and like wet on the floor after was just crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, that was like one of the craziest shows crowd wise of that entire tour. That crowd like lost their minds, like hanging on rafters and shit, and just like a lot of moshing and stage diving. Like they were going crazy, and it was like the hottest show of the entire tour by far.
Yeah.
So respect to Vegas for their dedication there. But it really was crazy for sure. Like ending the set and then walking outside, and it's like it was nighttime by this time, but it was still like 98 or 99 degrees outside.
Hmm.
And walking out the door, I was like freezing cold. Like it was like that getting hit with that temperature change, you like were freezing for a second. It was crazy.
Wow. Surprised nobody got like heat exhaustion or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
it
for
was
Kind of
sure.
wild,
yeah,
right?
they had an ambulance like on deck, like they were ready for it, but no one, yeah, everyone like they handled their shit. So
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like I thought it was like dangerously hot in there,
It was fun. It was not good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad everyone was okay after that.
I was gonna say I'm sure there's a video of it somewhere. It just looks abysmal. It's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
yeah,
Do you have
yeah.
a favorite place that you've ever traveled to on tour?
Like show wise, or just like the place in general.
I mean, you could do both.
I think hands down easily Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Japan for sure.
Yeah.
Like every show there was like we had 5 shows there, and all of them like kids were losing their minds, and they were all packed out. It like exceeded my expectations. I really thought like it would just be like maybe 50, 100 kids per show, but like
Hmm.
everyone, like I think a lot of them were sold out, and like the kids just packed them out and they like went insane. And every show was crazy, but I would say the probably like the two Tokyo shows we did. We did one to start out in Tokyo and one that ended in Tokyo. I
Hmm.
think that last one was probably the craziest, but the first one was, so it's either one of those for me, I think.
Mm. I think Amsterdam was cool.
Yeah.
Long time ago, 2019 at this point. Yeah, Amsterdam was probably my favorite.
It was fun.
Yeah. Amsterdam was a really good time too. Yeah, so I would agree there. Probably like I any of the shows in Japan when while we were there, Tokyo probably specifically, or like Amsterdam. Yeah, those are probably some highlights right there for me.
When you're on tour and you have time in a new city, what is the first thing that you do?
Ooh, it's a good question.
Sit on my phone for like an hour.
Usually, like smoke weed because everyone in the group like smoking.
Hmm.
Or find food and caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending like what tour it is, like either we have to like get back for sound check or
Hmm.
yeah, same time. Like I don't know. A lot of time is honestly spent like chilling. There's not like you can go see stuff, but like again, it kind of depends tour to tour because it's like by halfway through you're kind of like so exhausted. It's like by the time you pull up to the venue, you're like any downtime you get, you usually are like napping or like
Hmm.
relax. Like it's hard to like, especially too like like you either have to like Uber or walk somewhere. So if you're somewhere where it's like not super like accessible, you're kind of just like stranded. You're just
Yeah.
like sick. But
Yeah. Getting, yeah, after we're done like setting up and loading in, whether it's like after, it's usually any time after our sound checks, like when we're all fully loaded in, sound checked, got our stuff where it needs to go. Um, getting food is probably the biggest ritual and
Hmm.
like the opportunity where we get to like see like what's going on outside of the venue we're playing at. But like Taz said, there's like a good amount of venues that are just like kind of trapped, like landlocked somewhere. So it's like not, you can't really walk somewhere. You have to take an Uber. But sometimes, like, I don't know, anytime we're like in New York, for example, like in Manhattan, we always make a whole day out of it. Like we're always outside pretty much the entire time.
Mhm.
until there's like we got to go on the set.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we have like an off day in the city, usually we'll do something like we'll try to go to like an arcade or like see a movie or do something that a little is like out of the touring world so you can just kind of like enjoy the new city or just do something fun to kind of break up the just being somewhere different every
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
When you're on tour, what do you miss the most?
My bed.
Yeah, my own bed.
Sleep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sleep. Yeah, the
Definitely
bed is a
sleep.
huge one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Sleeping next to a 6'4", 200-pound Polish man in his underwear is not ideal.
Yeah, that's not really who
Good.
you want in your bed when you're trying to have a peaceful sleep, especially when
Yeah.
the culprit also snores pretty rough a lot of the
Brian's a big snorer. Yeah.
It's
He's also a heavy sleeper, so I have videos of him snoring and me just yelling at him to shut up, and I'm throwing shit at him. I'm
time.
hitting him with pillows.
See,
Heavy snoring, man.
we were staying, I think it was, I believe it was when we were at Airbnb for So What Fest, but like I don't know if it was there or not, but like there was this one time I was so like out cold and like everyone just stacked like a bunch of furniture on me, like chairs, like
Yeah.
pillows, like it was like a mountain of stuff. And I'm pretty sure that I got handcuffed too at the same time. It
Yeah.
was, dude, it was nuts. I just like wake up in the middle of the night and like all this shit like falls off of me and like I don't know where I'm at or what's going on.
Feet are handcuffed together.
I was gonna say I have a video of him handcuffed and waking him up, and he looks at me, looks at his handcuffs, looks back at me, just accepts that he's handcuffed, and goes back to sleep. Doesn't even try to fight it.
Just accepted it. I was too tired.
That almost seems dangerous that you can sleep through all of that.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. If someone like breaks into the hotel room, I don't know if I'm waking up.
Like a fire alarm.
Yeah, like a fire.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Heavy sleep.
That's good, but also dangerous.
100%.
So, aside from your own beds, is there anything else that you miss or, wish you could bring with you on tour?
Um, I mean, I'm like a fucking nerd, so I love to play video games. So like definitely miss having like my PC. I bring my Xbox with me, but like I never get a chance to use it. And by the time we get to the hotels, I'm like, it's like 1 in the morning. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to like do all that. So
Plug it all in.
yeah, but
Mhm.
definitely like wish I had like, I don't know, more time to game or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would say a big thing, and like I never really get to even do it. I think I might have actually sat down to do things like twice in like all the years that we've been touring. But like I still like to bring like a little interface and like we have a spare guitar and I like try sometimes to like do stuff, but it like I always say it that like I'm gonna do stuff, we're gonna write some stuff, and then like it just never literally never
Hmm.
pans out. Like I mean it's a
Mhm.
little easier in the van to like to produce beats like on the laptop, like that's pretty straightforward and like not too demanding, but like putting up an entire setup, and we are being in a van and then we get to the venue, I'm like I'm not about to set up like a whole fucking thing right now and try to like write. There's a bunch of noise and there's like a ton of distractions
Hmm.
around all the time. Like
People
there's
are always coming to hang. They're always like, "Yo, what's up?" And you're
it's
like,
so
"Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You have to find like an area where like you're not gonna like interact with anybody.
it's like almost impossible."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I know not Taz, Jason was like working on some like editing for some other producers, like just like doing projects for him.
Hmm.
And like I could see him like I would even see him working and I'd be like, what's up, dude, what's going on? And he's like in the middle of shit, and then there's other people that walk in. Like you gotta really hide out, because like people can see that you're working, but then a bunch of people in the green rooms that are usually smaller, like they're talking. Like the
Hmm.
last tour, we shared a green room with this other band pretty much every single day. So it's like it's very distracting. It's like an extremely distracting like world to be in.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not a productive work environment. You just kind of you're there to play the show, and that's all they facilitate you with. It's like
Yep,
that's what you're doing that day.
you're there to play and hang. That's
Yeah, playing hang.
I mean, that is kind of the point.
You know?
yeah, yeah.
It's true.
I
Yeah,
usually try to
forced to
take like
chill.
30 minutes or an hour before we play. We all kind of do like our own warm ups. Like I'll
Hmm.
practice on my pad. Jason will do his thing on guitar. Taz does his vocal warm ups and like stretches and shit. So we all have our own little rituals. But I do like I always try to take like my pad uh, to start warming up to like a completely like somewhere else part of the venue. Like sometimes I have to be around like everyone, but like I really try to like get into a place where I could be like alone for a second, but like, it still usually doesn't work. Someone will come up and be like, "Yo,
I
let me
always
try," and they grab the
I
sticks
always
and they,
find them. Yep.
yeah, dude, it's always and it's like everyone. It doesn't matter, and I'm pretty sure I probably do the same thing to other people that are probably in the middle of like trying to do shit.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Mm.
hard to get past the hangs, especially if like everyone on like a tour package likes each other and is like friends with each other, so it's like really hard to escape them.
Yeah. So, for somebody who hasn't seen you live, what can they expect?
High energy,
To move around for sure. Yeah,
move
definitely
around.
like the martial lot. I mean, I would just say yeah, high energy, like ready to
And
jump,
yeah, be ready to move in some capacity, either like
Yeah,
not there to stand around. That's for sure.
yeah,
yeah, probably a little heavier live too. Some
yeah,
mosh calls and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely moving.
yeah.
Expect to move
Also
or to
like
get out of the way because a lot of
yeah,
people
I
don't
would
want
I
to
would
move.
also say like our set list, especially nowadays, and like how like the music has evolved into this point. Like there's kind of like a lot going on for the most part during the set. Like it's all like Belmont songs, but like our older stuff is like way more straight like pop punky or like
Hmm.
straight kind of easy core, and then like there's you're gonna hear like trap beats and then like more hip hop influenced or like softer songs or just like straight up heavy parts. Like it's kind of all over the place, but it's like it's cohesive. Like it's the same
Yeah.
set, but like I think you can expect like each song is not going to be like, it's going to be, could be vastly different than the last one,
Hmm.
basically. Like, for example, on the 2 tours ago, going from like playing 7:31 into 4 a.m., like,
Yeah.
it's like those are crazy in like in the same slot.
So for this tour that you have upcoming in, I think it starts in November, what cities are you most excited to go to or venues?
I have to look at the dates one more time. I
Um,
kind of
the
forget.
date so we're adding some dates right now, and I believe one of them is going to be Vancouver. So I'm actually pretty excited to go out there because I don't think we've ever actually been up there.
One time, but like
One time, like
2018
20,
August.
yeah, 18 or 17.
But I'm just pretty excited to see that because I think we're specifically like if that part of the year would be really pretty, kind of towards the end of fall.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So
I think
Yeah.
San Diego. We're doing House of Blues, so
Oh,
that'll be
that'll be a
cool.
cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Wonder
trying to
where
think.
else? I think we're at the Masquerade again.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these places are just places we've played before. Pomona at the Glass House will be cool. That's a pretty sick
yeah,
spot. We haven't played in a long time. Philly's been pretty good to us in general. Probably. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna be for sure, but I'm pretty sure we're adding Denver into the mix for
Hmm.
like the added dates. I'm not for sure though, so if that doesn't happen, I'm sorry. But that city just in general is like in our top three. Like, just kids always like lose their minds and go really hard for us in Denver, so it's usually pretty exciting to play there.
Before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention or talk about?
We got this new EP coming out September 4th. Listen to it, stream it, share it with your friends. Get the we got vinyl for it. We're gonna have stuff on tour for kids to pick up. Like,
got merch line right now too.
yes.
Hmm.
Couple drops before then, I'm pretty sure. So probably some stuff you won't be seeing on tour, just strictly online. So definitely make sure you guys go check that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Keep
to
eye
think
out
of
for the new
anything else.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, that
And the
too.
new
Shooting
video. Yeah.
shooting a video in a couple of days, so that should be out
Mhm. And
soon.
then honestly, it's pretty much other than that, it's like writing mode for the next record. We'll try to probably get into the studio or get that figured out pretty ASAP, but that'll probably be, I'm assuming, after our headline tours.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's the tour writing mode, and then if any other tours pop up after that, but that's like our tentative schedule right now.
Okay, so our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Ooh.
Hmm.
My life. Does it have to be like one album
It can
or
be whatever you want because it's your life.
Oh, damn.
the soundtrack of my life?
I have no idea.
It's a tough one.
This is the first time I've ever been asked this question.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting question. I've
That's like a
never heard
fully
that one.
original question. I've never heard that.
Uh, uh
Hmm.
I don't know, something that like can explain me kind of musically is like there was this meme that dropped, like this DJ kid, he's like a content creator on IG and TikTok, but he did a remix mashup of a title fight song with a Chief Keef song. So I that kind of explains me a little bit. I don't know if that's the soundtrack of my life, but it's like a good. It was like the most hilarious thing I ever heard. But that one kind of explains a good chunk of what's going on in my head.
I'm gonna go
Uh,
with the Tony Hawk Underground soundtrack.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a really
It's
good
a
one, actually. I would pick that too.
or like Guitar Hero 3. It's
Also another
yeah,
really
I
solid
can't
one.
think of any Can't think of any specific songs, but I can use some other soundtracks. It's kind of a cop out, but I'm gonna use those.
Dude, I don't even know. I can't even fucking.
That's a hard one, dude.
This is a really tough one. Um, dude, I don't even know.
It's
Honestly,
hard. It's really hard.
honestly though, like I'm not even gonna lie, the first thing that popped in my head, I'm not even bullshitting, was probably Banana Phone. That stupid
Banana.
fucking annoying song. I don't know why, but I just feel like that would represent if a song is a person, that'd be me. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that works.
dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard. Soundtrack of my life.
Brian,
You're
I
gonna be
think yours
thinking
is
about
the
this now.
I know it's hard. I'm like, I don't have like a
Brian, yours
clear.
is the monkey clashing the
I
cymbals.
would, dude. You
All
totally, dude. Yes.
right, the monkey crashing cymbals, just cymbal noise. That's the soundtrack of my life. I was also gonna say that one. I forget how you say his name. The Todd Rundgren song. The like, I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all
Oh,
day.
yes.
That
Yeah.
one's a pretty good soundtrack for my life.
I
Yep.
think if I pick a serious song, it'd probably be "Take It Easy" by the Eagles. That's
Ooh, nice.
yeah.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah, all I got is cymbals, monkey crashing. I want to bang on the drum all day song,
Hmm.
and then the title fight and Chief Keef mashup.
That's good. It's interesting. It's unique.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a really hard question though. It's hard. I could like say I don't know like albums that mean a lot to me, but it's like hard to choose like one
Hmm.
like what's the soundtrack. I would have to probably make a playlist and put every song in the world that I would make like as the soundtrack of my life. It would just have to be one giant playlist.
Hmm. So, for all our listeners who want to stay updated on you guys, hear the new music, potentially see you on tour, where can they find you?
You guys can find us on Instagram. It's Belmont Music on there. Uh, on TikTok, I believe we're Belmont Chicago or Belmont Music. Sorry, I'm blanking on there, but it'll pop up if you type it in. Uh,
One of those for sure.
yeah, honestly, any of the big socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. I mean, you can find us wherever on all those.
Hmm.
So that's where usually Instagram is going to be the most active out of any of them, though. That's like where like you could really stay up to date. But we have like links to everything, like pre-orders for the new music, our own merch store, uh, just like links to all the music, the new songs. Tour tickets are on there too. We're also doing like a VIP for this tour. So if you want to indulge in something a little more personal and like more of like an experience, we got those available, and that's for every date too. So yeah, you can find the regular tickets, the VIP tickets, and pretty much anything you need to get linked to, you could find through our Instagram.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Of
Thanks for having
course.
us.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Have a nice rest of your day.
Yeah.
You
You
too.
too.
Hell yeah. You too.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Listeners, go check them out and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast. Thanks for listening.